Hello there, everybody. This is King Mac, your friendly hamburger pal. Welcome to this feature presentation on YouTube. Be sure to enjoy a hot, fresh cheeseburger along with some delicious golden French fries, a tasty milkshake, and a nice soft drink. Thank you all for watching, and now sit back and relax and enjoy as Tony here brings you our feature presentation of TTBurger game reviews.
Told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile.
Hello my friends, how you doing today? You ready for some more game reviews at CA? You ready for some more TTBurger game reviews? Well, you come to the right place because we are back with more TTBurger game reviews here, and today we are on episode 250. A multiplayer review, episode 250, part 1 of 4. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Free Green HD and Sub-Zero. I have an next for King Mac, along with Zed Hyperlamnia, Brickles Stateside, Black Healer, Meg, also give a shout out to the homie RJ, the Sensational Jet, Red Hood Assassin, Ogojira, Rockstar Pool 69, and more and more and more. For today's episode, we're going to talk about 3D platformers, 3D action platformers. Now, back when the PlayStation 2 was out, we saw a ton of 3D action platformers. A bunch of them that were exclusive to the PlayStation 2, mainly Ratchet Clank, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, and more and more and more. There were also some other ones too that were on there, like Rough Trigger, the Banco Conspiracy game that I reviewed, which really sucked ass and stuff. And there was also Donald Duck Going Quackers, which was released on pretty much every platform back in 2000, 2001 when the PlayStation 2 was coming out and stuff. And which is another game that I reviewed, you should check it out as well. But for today's episode, I wanted to talk about the franchise which became Sony's mascot for the time being. That is the Ratchet Clank franchise. The Ratchet Clank series needs no introduction. Those of you who grew up with 3D platforms in the PlayStation 2 and stuff and were around in like the early 2000s and stuff know about the Ratchet Clank franchise. It was a franchise that was big, and it still is doing big to this day because we still have Ratchet Clank games going to this day. You have the original series, you have the future series, you have the multiplayer like franchise and stuff. You have the reboot that sounds based on the movie, and you have the newest one, Ratchet Clank Rift Apart, which introduces a new character called Rivet, who is voiced by Canadian actress Jennifer Hale. But today I want to go back to the beginning here. We're going to talk about the 4 main Ratchet games that were released on the PlayStation 2, which pretty much as people call it the golden era of the Ratchet Clank franchise. Now I love the future franchise and stuff as well, but I wasn't a big fan of those multiplayer-like ones like that, or the spell like Fingers and Clank and size matters and stuff and everything. But I want to talk about the original ones here, which was going to take us here for Ratchet Clank. Part 1, we're going to go to 2002 and look at the original Ratchet Clank. Then we're going to zoom ahead to 2003 and take a look at Ratchet Clank Going Commando. Then 2004 brings us Ratchet Clank Up Your Arsenal. And then finally wrapping things up with Ratchet Deadlock. But we have a lot to talk about here. Let's get started with talking about Ratchet Clank 2002 for the PlayStation 2, and then for the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita and stuff. This is the PlayStation 2 version that was exclusive for a while, released on November 4th, 2002. Back when I was in 8th grade and I had just turned 14 years old. Now, Ratchet & Clank is an excellent game, one of the best titles for the PlayStation 2. When this game came out, I was hooked on it immediately. Ratchet & Clank takes platform elements along with action shooter elements and compresses them into one, and we get a solid package that's worth only for the PlayStation 2. The game also introduces the ability to purchase just items, weapons, unlocking gadgets, and more as the game progresses. You travel through a majority of planets all with their own themes and weather effects, and more, which would give you that semi-free roam and stuff as well, and along with some other cool surprises here. There are some problems with the original Ratchet & Clank, but they are minor, but let's get started. The story starts on planet Veldin, with Ratchet repairing his ship, and he's a mechanic, he's a Lomax and stuff, and he's a mechanic and knows how to repair things. Then on the planet Quartu, a defective but intelligent robot escapes a factory and crash lands on Veldin. Ratchet finds him and calls him Clank. Clank tells Ratchet that he's on a mission to stop the evil Chairman Drek, a large and corrupt businessman who's inhabiting planets across the universe to create a new planet for his race called the Blarg. The Blarg are responsible for many planets being overpopulated and polluted, and certain planets that got destroyed in the process because of the Blarg. Ratchet Clank on a mission to stop Drek from progressing this any further. Along the way, the duo will take on missions to help locals from different planets, along with trying to find Captain Quark, who's a TV superhero who pretty much was a staple character throughout the series, who says this can help them and more. There are spoilers I'm not going to spoil, so there's more to the story here, but you have a lot of characters you meet along the way, and a variety in everything in the game, and adds character to the game and stuff. There are some small problems with the story, though. Ratchet in the beginning is an unlikable asshole and is rude to Clank and locals, but he does get better and grow a heart. And there are spoilers to the story which I can't mention, but the story is excellent for the most part, aside from Ratchet being an asshole and such. The presentation, excellent graphics for a game released in 2002. The whole game is in-game, and they look fantastic, the in-game graphics, I mean. The character models have a lot of detail to them, especially Ratchet and Captain Quark and Clank. They look great in the anime made really well, and the lip sync is spot on. Although some of the facial animations look bizarre. Like, for example, when Ratchet is mad, he looks like he's about to laugh and stuff. And that's how his mouth looks. The planets you explore also have a lot of detail to them, with the weather effects and background characters. And there are big planets too. They're very big to explore as well. They're definitely a factor for the side quests too. The frame rate is smooth 95% of the time. There are some moments where it does lag when you're attacking enemies, when there's a lot of them on screen, but this is very rare. But for the most part, the graphics are awesome. The sound is awesome. Excellent voice acting, mainly by Mike Kelly, who voices Ratchet, along with David Kay, who voices Clank, and Jim Ward, who voices Captain Quark, along with Kevin McWhitcherson, who voices Chairman Drek. The other actors in the series are great too. Sometimes they're a little on the hammy side, but they also get the job done here for the voice acting. I love the music. It is upbeat, catchy, and groovy at the same time. The weapons sound effects also sound great too, and they did a great job with the sound for sure. And that's in my opinion for sure. The gameplay of Ratchet Clank 2002 is one of the best games on the PlayStation 2. It plays well and still holds up to this day. We have an action platformer, a 3D platformer, which is exactly where you explore these big planets, complete the missions, and take down Chairman Drek. This game is somewhat lengthy, and it's not a short game. It'll take about 9 hours or so to beat. You have tons of weapons to buy and use, like you use your trusty blaster, your bomb glove, your power mania weapon. You also have a weapon that sucks certain enemies like a vacuum cleaner and used afterwards, along with this cool ass punching glove where you can send enemies flying on the walls and everything. You also have puzzles to solve, with these trespasser puzzles where you must get all the lines green. You have handy gadgets as well, like you have heavy swing place to place, lower the water levels, and more. There are certain parts of the game where you play as Clank. Clank's missions are interesting. You get bots to free them and give them orders to attack or so, and they are used to solve puzzles to access doors using the correct number of bots. Clank has his own attacks as well, but he is more puzzle-based. And the puzzles actually do have a challenge to them and stuff. It do require you to think on your feet. You can also do hoverboard racing too. This can help you get bolts to some cool weapons and upgrades and stuff too, like these iron boots that have you stick to metal and everything. And it can upgrade your nanotech health there. The boss fights are intense. You beat them and you feel accomplished. And it definitely you feel accomplished when you beat the game altogether. Ratchet and Clank was a fun game. I had fun with it, but I got the negatives here. Like I mentioned, Ratchet can be unlikable in the beginning after an event happens, which I'll not spoil, but he does have a change of heart later on and starts treating Clank and other people better. The difficulty can get frustrating at times due to some of the overpowered enemies and platforming elements and stuff like that. And believe me, some of the enemies can be overpowered there and can be frustrating. The camera's not the best at times. You have to press the L1 to center it and stuff every so often. There's no automatic camera and stuff. And the bots like that in Clank's mission to solve these puzzles, like to open the doors and stuff, can die very quickly. And the subtitles in the game do not show up in all the cutscenes. They don't show up in the infobot scenes. Your infobots are what you collect at the end of each level to find more information where Drek is at and stuff. And they don't show up in all the cutscenes. They show up in the in-game cutscenes stuff, and that's basically it. But that's just all the comments I have it though. Final thoughts: if you like 3D platforming elements with action gameplay to it, Ratchet Clank should not be overlooked at all. I give it a 9 out of 10 because of the problems I have with it, but still again, this should not be overlooked. And that's it for episode 250, part 1 of 4. Stay tuned, we're gonna dive into the sequel, which is pretty much considered the Empire Strikes Back of the Ratchet Clank series, Ratchet Clank Going Commando. Now, how does this game fare from its predecessor? Does it improve, or does it deprove, and does it become a flop, or does it become a success? Now, the final next, but all I gotta say is Tony, peace out, have a great day, and see you all in episode 250, part 204, where we take a look at Ratchet Clank Going Commando. Take care, everybody.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Gotta build buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way. I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace. I never really asked to be brought into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, I have a taste. All the highs and the lows, no you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never felt this way. I really hope that you will choose to stay through all the pain.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away. As you fade away. As you fade away. Too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes